Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with other interesting stories from Nigerian football. Specifically, I'll be talking from the camp of our very own head coach, Monsieur Eric Sekwuchel, with his new contractual agreement with the NSC and NFF. As one African country has approached him, those who check out the new developments surrounding the European-born of Nigerian descent who are eligible to play for Super Eagles. Before I do this, if you are new on this platform, subscribe to, hit on the post notification bell for more updates. Let's like this video together and share to other social media platforms. At least we need to leave something decently in the comment box for special shoutouts in my subsequent videos. As usual, your only Ghanaian who has declared his full support for Nigeria sports with the Nigeria name, the only one, Solomon Chukwu Emeka. Straightforward. Let's get into the details of the stories, and let me start from the camp of our very own head coach, Monsieur Eric Sekwuchel. The Nigerian Sports Commission, that is the NSC, and the Nigerian Football Federation, that is the NFF, have reportedly agreed on a fresh deal with Monsieur Eric Sekwuchel, extending his stay until 2030. Per reports suggest all these extensive details of his new contract with the NSC and NFF. They've added 4 more years to his deal with the Super Eagles, meaning he'll be leaving the Super Eagles until 2030, and they are rewarding him financially in the sense that initially per the report suggested that he was taking home $50,000, and he was even using parts of this $50,000 to pay his assistant coaches. They've now increased it to $100,000, and the NSC and NFF have agreed to paying his assistant coaches. And if it is per the reports coming in, meaning our very own head coach, Monsieur Eric Sekwuchel, will be part of the highest paid coaches in Africa. I've seen a lot of online tabloids and other platforms debunking all these reports and rumors surrounding his new contractual deal with the NFF and the NSC. But whatever it is officially, I will keep you updated on this platform. We shouldn't also forget his responsibilities that have now grown beyond our Super Eagles. He's now going to be in the helm of our national under-23 boys, the Dream Team or the Olympic Eagles, ahead of the 2028 Olympic Games qualifiers. That is on the horizon in Africa. And whatever it is with the deal, we have to talk extensively if it is officially announced, and we get you updated on this platform. But reports suggest that this time around he's very okay with a new deal. Now let's talk from this report from one of the French media outlets, Foot Mercato. They've reported that the Algerian Football Federation have approached our very own head coach, Monsieur Eric Sekwuchel, through his representatives in the view of appointing him to be the new head coach of the Algerian national team, because they are not much impressed with what Vladimir Petkovic did with them at the round 32 stage of the World Cup tournament. And if it is, they want to get a coach who is very organized and stable when it comes to coaching his national team. That is our very own head coach, Monsieur Eric Sekwuchel. They are in with huge amounts of money, but I can tell you with the facts, and I can tell you emphatically, that's with the immediate exit of our very own head coach, Monsieur Eric Sekwuchel, regarding his new contractual deal with the NSC and NFF, is highly impossible to the power 10, so you can multiply and get infinite number. There's no way he will move from the Super Eagles or the under-23 to the Algerian national team. So these are all reports circulating on the various social media platforms, and I needed to keep you updated. I always talk about good players making a good team, and the more good players a team have, the higher tendency or higher dominance they have over their opponents. When you're a player and you are born in Europe, you have the higher ability becoming a global star. Nigeria can attest to, especially with the Super Eagles, with the likes of Ademola Lookman, Alex Iwobi, recently with Hussein Femi Aziz and Emmanuel Fernandez. They've all moved as European-born of Nigerian descent who have dominated in the colors of our Super Eagles. So definitely, if you are going for new ones to add up with the already players that we have with our Super Eagles, it's not going to be an issue. Now let's talk about European-born of Nigerian descent who are in the pole position and also eligible to playing for our Super Eagles. The first player to talk about is our very own Nwaneri, who plays his club football for Arsenal. Last season, he went on a season-long loan at Olympic Marseille, but he's back to Arsenal, and rumors still circulating or continue to circulate or so that his switch to the Super Eagles is in line. This is a player who was born in England to Nigerian mother and a French father, so he's eligible to playing for England, Nigeria, and France. but the decision ultimately lies in his hands. He's very talented, and I can tell you his talent can never be called into question. But if he's waiting for a call up into the Three Lions of England, this is the distance relative for him now in the Three Lions of England. He has also spoken about his roots through Nigeria and how best he can represent the Super Eagles. He always acknowledged that since joining Olympic Marseille on that season-long loan. And I think going forward, if he's well convinced, as he has already stated, that any country that's approaching him in the sense that he's ready and admire them to play for, he'll be going in to play for them. So this is a quick one surrounding Nwaneri. Now, with the latest reports coming in, suggests that our very own head coach, Monsieur Eric Sekwuchel, is a huge admirer and also a fan of Nwaneri, and is hoping that he will become the solution and a top option for the number 10 position in our Super Eagles team at this moment. So he's defying all the odds to get him into our Super Eagles team. Do you know that he planned a meeting with him during the just ended Unity Cup tournament in London, but it didn't materialize? He had tight schedules and he needed to attend to. Secondly, he's having fresh options to getting a meeting with him, and he's hoping that at the end of the talks we'll be very optimistic in getting him into the Super Eagles team. So let's wait, as he's part of his priority list, as to having conversation with him and get him lured into the Super Eagles team. And he also wants to use other channels like Alex Iwobi, Adimola Lukman, Ola Aina, Kevin Bassey in luring him into the Super Eagles. So it's very extensive when it comes to our very own head coach, Monsieur Eric Sekwuchel, luring Nwaneri into the Super Eagles team. And it's not only Nwaneri who has his rumors swelling association to play for our Super Eagles. The next player to talk about is our very own Oluwatosin Adarabioyo. According to a member of his team, has spoken, and this member has made a lot of revelations surrounding him playing for our Super Eagles. He's saying that he is eyeing a spot in the next AFCON qualifiers, same as the next AFCON tournaments. Recently, he made his mind open, playing for the Super Eagles and also playing for the Three Lions of England. And let's see how it will be. Let me buttress everything as to what this member of his team has to say per the revelations given out about our very own Oluwatosin Adarabioyo. He made mention of a lot of things, but quickly, let's check this one out. His target is the next AFCON, and hopefully he will have a good season with Chelsea. He is one of the senior players in the team, and his experience will be helpful to the Super Eagles if he's given a chance. So these are the revelations from a member of Oluwatosin Adarabioyo's team as to whether he's ready to play for the Super Eagles or not. But he has made it very clear that he's eyeing a spot in the Super Eagles team ahead of the 2027 AFCON qualifiers. That is about to happen, God willing, coming September. So let's see how things will be around Oluwatosin Adarabioyo as to whether he will be part of the Super Eagles team or not. A lot of revelations surrounding European born of Nigerian descent, and I'll keep you updated subsequently on this platform. I was being supported by my hardworking chief editor, Emmanuel Kwame Asiedu, and my amazing graphic designer, John. Before I take a leave of you, let me give special shout out to these amazing commenters under my previous post. Special shout out to Emmanuel Osakwe, I do appreciate your support. Special shout out to Peter Osai. Special shout out to Kenny Oluwaseyi, I do appreciate your support. Mimi Chigozi, I do appreciate your support. Imabella, I do appreciate your support. Programiak, I do appreciate your support. Ola Banji, Ola Lekan, I do appreciate your support. Marcus Eken, I do appreciate your support. Kingsley With, I do appreciate your support. David Chindodi, I do appreciate your support. Stanley Okeki, I do appreciate your support. Special shout out to Chukwuemeka, I do appreciate the support of Hazel Circuits, and to Biju Fits with other church viewers and commenters under my previous post. God richly bless us all. Until we meet again on this platform, it's bye bye for now.